Women, men are not chasing y'all anymore in this 2026. Best believe a lot of men now have their physical and mentally and financial stability to the max. So if you guys want to play games and make him chase you and shit like that, nah, they ain't doing that anymore. They will replace you quick. So if you like a guy and he meets your standards in whatsoever way you know how to balance it with him, work with him because he will not chase you. Ladies, do not be wasting time. You like the guy, he likes you, he treats you good, and you want to treat him good as well. Go for it. Don't make him trying to chase you, man. Like, that's long, bro. The fuck?
Men, I have a question and I want you to answer honestly. Genuinely, like, how do you feel about women making the first move? Like, if a woman were to approach you and tell you that she finds you attractive, she wants to get to know you better, like, asking for your number or, like, asking to, like, go out with you, like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you appreciate someone coming up to you, or, like, do you want to be the one to do that? Like, does it almost feel like a masculine?
I'm a female. I act like one, okay? I may be better than all these other females, like, let's not sugarcoat here, but at the end of the day, like, it's in my nature to be a girl. So, just be yourself. Because a lot of people are gonna tell you, don't chase a man, don't be vulnerable, and when I follow that advice, how do you think men are gonna act? You know what I mean? Like, don't listen to people. Just do what you want. You know what I mean? Like, men don't pull away from you because you chased him. Men don't pull away from you because you were vulnerable with him. Men leave because you created unnecessary problems, you know? And I'm transparent and humble enough and intelligent enough to say, I'm guilty of that. I wasn't self-aware to realize I was doing it, but it's like us women in our minds, we believe that we always have to protect ourselves. We're always scanning for safety because it's the way that our minds work, right? But then if a man if a man keeps telling you that you're safe and you keep trying to convince him of who the fuck he is, then yeah, he's gonna create distance. Because when you don't see a man's intentions, heart, and mind because you are extremely critical and insecure about yourself, then he's not gonna want to be around you. It's your energy, you know? And I'm not saying that you're deserving of love. I'm not saying you're hurting this man on purpose. What I'm telling you is, what exactly makes you feel good? Oh, this guy hasn't invited you on a date, but you want to always initiate with him? What the fuck is wrong with that? Are you getting what you want? Okay, so who cares how you're fucking getting it? One-on-one coaching in my bio.
Can we start normalizing in 2026 guys approaching girls? Like, can we make that a normal thing again? The reason why everyone's single nowadays is that the guys are too scared to approach the girls, and when they do approach, the girl does some strippiness and posts it online. A guy approaching a girl, if he gets rejected, as the guy, firm that, take it, and move on. Most of the people I know in my life, the only way they're meeting women is through dating apps. Cool, dating apps, I'm not saying let's avoid dating apps, let's cancel that. But what happened to just approaching someone you see in public? What happened to that? Like, don't lie. You know there's people you found attractive in public and you just haven't had the balls to approach them. And when it comes to the girls, if you don't find them attractive, take it as a compliment, keep it moving. Don't have to make a whole video about him being a creep. He ain't a creep, he's just asking you out. It's not that deep. Bloody hell, this generation.
Men are not avoiding attractive women because they hate confidence. The internet will tell you they are just intimidated by beauty, but that is a myth. It is not lack of confidence. The reality is the risk-cost calculation. When you are out in group settings, the barrier to entry for a guy is not just a polite rejection. It is the social cost of being watched by everyone you know. Group settings hurt because he fears the collective eye roll. Imagine a guy at a bar. He sees you across the room, but you are laughing with friends. He does not fear a no. He fears the silence that follows if he misreads the room. It is a quiet calculation that the social cost is too high. Men are not avoiding you, they are avoiding the scene.
One of the biggest lies I used to tell myself, but I thought was the truth when I was single before I got married, was men are intimidated by me. I thought because I had a house, a car, been driving BMW since I was 24 years old, I thought that because I made a lot of money, that men just couldn't handle it, they were intimidated, and they were turned off because I was doing better than them. That is one of the biggest lies, or the things that we think, when really the problem is us. If you find yourself saying, well, men are just intimidated by me, I make too much money, they don't like that I'm just direct and I stand up for myself. If you keep getting that kind of results from men, most likely it's not because they're intimidated, they just don't like you. And I'm not trying to say this to be mean or to be like nasty, but that was what I was going through. They thought I was attractive, they liked being around me, but they just weren't into me because the way that I exuded my ego. A lot of women don't realize when they make money and they have all these accomplishments, the ego drives the conversation. It drives your energy, how you carry yourself, how you interact with men, where your ego is like, well, because you're not on my level, da 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 da. And nobody wants to be treated like that, man or woman. I'll give you guys a perfect example. Girl with the pink dress on Pop the Balloon. A lot of people were like, oh, I like her personality. She seems funny. She seems cool. She even said she was a sweetheart. And all those things can be true. That does not mean that's what's attractive to a man. Ladies, the things that we like about ourselves and the things that we like about our homegirls does not mean that men find that attractive or want that to be what they want in a relationship. And I'm not saying change who you are to appease a man, but if you're not getting the results that you want in the dating sphere and you want to be married, you have to check how you talk to people, how you treat people, the energy you have. Normally it stems from childhood. Normally it stems from being an overachiever. It stems from being somebody that's very type A. It stems from being somebody that is a perfectionist. Normally, when people are like that to themselves, they're hyper critical of other people. So if you tend to have this personality trait where you're very defensive, you're standoffish, you have your guard up 24/7, 365, and you don't know how to let your hair down and have fun and speak to people lightly, gracefully, then you could probably have this problem. So just do some self-reflection, sis. It might not be because he's intimidated. He might just not like you.
Men don't like women because now everything that used to be cherished and prized is now seen on an Instagram post.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get to. It's not hard to see.
There's nothing left to secrecy at all.
I can literally take you for dinner for $50 and sleep with you the same night. Bring shame back.
Yeah. There's nothing sacred anymore.
Shame back. We need to have sacredness. I think you can still be feminine. Just because you're inside of a masculine dominated industry or a male dominated industry does not mean that you can't do it. It just means when you go home, if you want a masculine man, you got to take that off.
So
you got to be able to separate.
Let's go back to the video then.
Okay.
How do you feel about this woman no longer being turned on by her man who cowered from a fight?
When he got when a punch was coming?
Yeah.
I feel like that's human, but I'm also not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. So I can't, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. She's like, take that. I don't want to take no hit to the face if I don't have to. What are we talking about?
They'll spot you right away because you become rare. Like most men, they look not well, they're in their head, and then there's you just vibing. There's you just killing it. You are like, how can I'm trying to find the right word for that. It's almost like you're doing, I think it's like there's a rule called like the red shirt. Well, that's the thing. You're like that person with the red shirt and everybody else is like black or white and you have red on you. You stand out right away.
What are some of the top 5 reasons you think men are checking out the dating scene?
Yeah, so number 1 is I'm going to say their protection of their mental state.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going to say protection of their finances and their wallets, their assets. Because what happens is a lot of women want to date your pocket, they want to date your bank account, but they don't want to date the man. They're out to get what they can get. So a lot of men are feeling used. Another one is that they're tired of performing. They're tired of, oh, you have to pay me, you have to cash at me to have a conversation. They're tired of being ghosted. And let me, okay, so that's 4, right? But the 5th one, I feel like we have to hold the men accountable too. You know, I'm the number 1 female advocate for men, but also a sister to women. But a lot of the men have been hurt, or they have childhood trauma, or from parental heartache, and they have not decided to do their own work yet. So then we have this resistance because they're not there spiritually.
Easy for you to meet new people and have good connections, you know, not just dating, just opportunities in life that can either help you with your goals or you know, learn and grow as a human being. So that's the first one. The second one is that most of you guys are socially restricted, meaning it's almost like you got stuck in a box. So when you go to places, you don't feel free. You don't feel like you're able to just go out there and meet people.
Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore? I fucking hate dating apps. I do not want to get back on one. I'd like to meet someone IRL, in real life, in the wild. But this seems hard as hell, because if you are someone who doesn't go out to bars, it seems like at bars, it's socially acceptable for, like, people to approach each other. But everywhere else, like, you know, in a coffee shop, or like in a restaurant, or on the street, it seems like it's not like the norm anymore. Like, everyone just kind of minds their own business. And I don't know if this is just me, or if this is just where I live. I live in kind of a small town, or if it's like we've almost swung too far in the other direction. Because I remember when I was a teenager, like 15 years ago, men were like coming after me. I don't like, it was like borderline, like it was harassment. Well, like, I don't want to be harassed. We don't need to do that. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I'd like people to talk to me. Like, I don't want, it feels like we've gone so far in the other direction, where everyone kind of operates completely independently. They look down, like they pass someone, they don't even really say hi. They're looking at their phones. Like, they'll be like, oh, that person's cute, but they won't do anything about it. And this makes it really hard, I think, when you're single, when you even just want to make friends, you want to connect with new people, because everyone is just absorbed in their own world. Like, is everyone lonely? Like, is everyone, I don't know. It's just, I don't like this.
Stop. Y'all got to check this out.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort?
When women decided they was too independent to need a man.
It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal, where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him.
After they've been rejected so many times, but not being able to pay for somebody's life.
That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore, don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul.
But shouldn't they like each other a lot?
So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first.
But if a guy does that today, he will be called a creep, a perv, or maybe even put in jail.
How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance, and my mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gone married, they would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date, so he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just planned the whole thing. He wrote her poetry. He was yearning.
Today's women don't want that. They want what they see on the internet. Fake ass relationship goals and materialistic stuff.
Men are not intimidated by attractive women because of their looks. The internet loves to say that beautiful women are just too scary for the average guy to handle. That is a myth. The reality is much colder. It is about social optics. Think about a guy at a busy bar. He sees an attractive woman surrounded by her friends. If he approaches her and she is not interested, he knows the entire group will notice. He is not afraid of the rejection itself. He is afraid of the awkward spotlight that follows a public shutdown. He would rather stay in his comfort zone than risk becoming the guy everyone in the group has a laugh about for the next 10 minutes. It is not about his lack of confidence. It is about him deciding that the social cost of a bad interaction is not worth the risk.
So there's this girl on TikTok that was talking about how like most guys aren't pursuing girls anymore and how she isn't getting pursued, and when she walks in public, she'll walk past guys and they won't really like look up and try and make eye contact with her, all those sorts of things. And the reason for that, starting off on number one, this is a man's perspective to how we think like girls are viewing us, okay? This is not what girls think, okay? All right. So for guys, for number one, guys are usually, like, they actually do get, like, scared or have the fear of being rejected. So with that, like, a guy's not going to want to go up to every single girl on planet Earth and ask them for their number and get rejected by, 95% of them. Number two, most guys are realizing that they're like, okay, well, if I can work on myself, work on my craft, make my money, build who I am as a man, that's fine. That's all I really worry about right now. Guys aren't wanting to chase girls. This is how guys view it. Guys think that girls want to be chased, so a guy's pursuing a girl and the girl is running away, and you're chasing her constantly. A guy is going to want a girl to allow him to pursue her, so the girl is staying still and the guy pursues her and they stay right there. That's how it is. Number three, most guys think that girls view them as absolute POSs, worst human beings ever to walk the entire planet of Earth. So for most guys, they're like, why am I going to waste time with girls who think we are complete pieces of shit and don't even want anything to do with us? It's just a waste of time. That's how guys think girls view us. I'm not saying girls view us this way. That's how we view it. And that's probably why guys are not wanting to pursue girls.
You see, this is not even about dating at this point. I'm just talking about pure human-to-human connection. You have no idea how a compliment can make somebody smile and make them feel better. And they'll remember you because they'll be like, you know what? That person stood out. That person was not afraid to get out of their comfort zone and be nice. Just hold on. I got a call. All right, we back.
If a bunch of men approach you in public, you need to stop taking that as a compliment. That's actually an insult. Unless they're a bunch of sharks approaching you, that should be taken as an insult. If it's a bunch of Nemos and Lil Nemos and regular men and Dusties approaching you, they thought that you were so unintimidating that it was okay for them to come up to you, waste your time, and ask you for your number because they just knew you were going to give it to them because they just knew you were in their league. Only the 1%, the top percent of men should be approaching you. It's quality over quantity. I really hate when girls be like, I get niggas. That's the easiest thing to get. Do you get quality niggas? This is not for everyone either. This is for a certain target audience. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. This is about using your beauty and investing even your last dollar into your appearance, to use your beauty to get a softer, easier life. It's about working smarter, not harder. Unfortunately, in today's society, but it's the hard reality, so save your comments. A woman's beauty will get her much farther than any degree will. Unfortunately. You guys need to stop letting these thirsty men boost your head up, get you comfortable, and hold you back from being the baddest bitch that you can be. There's always room for improvement. So if a lot of men are approaching you, that's not a compliment. Unless he's the big dog, top shark, you need to go look in the mirror and figure out what you need to do to become a better bitch. And what could these little Nemos do for you anyway besides tell you good morning? And give you a wet ass. And send you home in an Uber. Uber X. Not even a black truck.
I don't understand how dating in 2026 got this bad. Everybody's talking to multiple people. Nobody wants to define anything. You catch feelings and suddenly you're moving too fast. You ask where things are going and now you're too intense. So basically you just got to sit there, be cool, pretend you don't want what you want, and hope they pick you. That's a competition nobody signed up for.
Here's the thing. girls love to complain about guys not making the first move anymore, like anywhere, like whether it's on an app, like whether it's on Hinge, whether it's on Raya, whether it's on Layla, whether it's in the grocery store, no matter what, it's like guys just aren't approaching girls like they used to, allegedly. But like anytime a guy will actually put himself out there, they're getting ridiculed. Like even my sister's friend group, one of them came across this guy on this app Layla where like he had put paint and sip as the first date that he wanted to go on, which is like the whole point of the app, to suggest something. I think it's cute and interesting and different. They were dragging this man through the mud. Oh my god. Like it's the most ridiculous thing in the world that he was putting himself out there saying that he wanted to do a paint and sip with these girls. Of course they don't want to talk to you. They're afraid. If I was a guy, I'd be afraid to approach a girl. I'd be afraid to suggest something cutesy and different because that's what's happening. And you're mad every guy wants to go to a bar and get one drink like 5 minutes from his apartment. Hello? I'm not saying you have to give your phone number to every single guy who asks. I'm just saying like, wow, we gotta tone it down a little bit, I think.